So, here we are again, in the woods. Let's talk to the Dryad, just to learn something maybe.
Windblade.
And this game does not shy away from nudity. Fantasy, make-believe, computer nudity. I know what this means, but Geralt does not, because he has forgotten everything, or most of. He's got amnesia.
Gwynblade. What's that mean?
White Wolf.
You know me?
Your name precedes you.
You may know more than me. I remember nothing of my past.
Some things are better forgotten. Nevertheless, I do feel sorry for you.
Can you help?
Sadly, no. Perhaps my sisters from Brokilon could help, but they are far away.
Tell me about Brokilon.
Brokilon is the Dryad homeland, a wilderness untouched by humans. Those surrounding Brokilon wish to claim our forests, and thus humans and Dryads fight continuously along the borders.
Who is winning?
Our archers are matchless, but how long can we resist the brute force that rendered humans the world's rulers?
So you agree with the elves and dwarves fighting for independence? I don't reach a compromise with the humans. That's sad. If we can get both of those, let's go for this one because that's the most political.
So you agree with the elves and dwarves fighting for independence?
Those children? They have long forgotten the struggle's meaning, craving blood and revenge, having only contempt for humans. They fail to see they begin to resemble the humans themselves. We merely defend our home, Gwynblade, and have no ambition of driving humans into the sea.
See, that there's a great summarization of the Scoia'tael and why they are not good.
Why don't you reach a compromise with the humans?
Ha! You treat concessions as weaknesses and believe acts of goodwill are traps. You will never accept our otherness.
I'll just continue, just so I don't need to give you the quick rundown on Dryads.
Tell me about your lives.
Brokilon is our home, Yaevinn our lady. We live in harmony with the forest, flowing through the thickets and knowing the forest's secrets.
Are you happy?
Like humans, we have joys and sorrows, though our end is near. The war with the humans continues, and our numbers diminish.
She said Yaevinn, while the subtitles went Ethne, and there's a difference between Yaevinn, one who prophesied about the Ice Age and all that, and Ethne, the Dryad queen or leader. And Dryads were once humans, since that apparently was not mentioned, who drank the waters of Brokilon, forgot everything about their human lives, and bam, they become Dryads. Then they take men who venture into the forest by accident or on purpose, and they take those men, take them to their home, the grove, or the place where they live, and then they fornicate with them, or fornicate, engage in sexual relations with them to produce offspring that the man, of course, never gets to meet or see, and that is also the way they create Dryads. Interesting stuff, really.
Tell me about Brokilon.
Brokilon is the Dryad homeland, a wilderness untouched by humans. Those surrounding Brokilon wish to claim our forests, and thus humans and Dryads fight continuously along the borders.
Who is winning?
Our archers are matchless, but how long can we resist the brute force that rendered humans the world's rulers?
That's sad.
We could still talk to her about Berengar, so let's do that.
Windblade.
We'll ask her what she's doing here first, and hope YouTube does not flag this video as inappropriate.
What are you doing here?
It is a secret. Though I'm taking the chance to visit this grove of old, beautiful trees.
Okay.
Farewell.
Now, the thing is, that fantasy, make-believe, computer nudity, it's not real nudity.
Windblade.
And that opens up for a big rant that we might take up soon-ish.
Has another Witcher, Berengar, been here?
There was one. He asked about herbs, monsters, How much the Mosses earn in town.
Maybe he wanted to make some money.
Then he disappeared. Perhaps he encountered a powerful monster.
Thanks for your help.
Va fail, Gwynblade.
Wolf. But it was one thing to upload real nudity. That's kinda... well... Of course, depends on your view of nudity, doesn't it? But the good old American point of view is nudity bad. Violence good, or whatever, to speak in absolute simple terms. Whereas more European sentiment would be a bit less extreme, just pecking flowers before talking with the elf. Just because we can, and then I get to rant a bit. But, and she, I'd say that, I mean, the society we live in, it's, a wolf. Let's go actually just murder those first. We live in an actually very Puritan time. But at the same time, it's a very sexualized time. That's that splatter. Speaking internationally, especially American, though I don't really know much about America, considering I'm not there. I visited it once, or New York, but that's not the US proper. I understand that. I was going to say London won't give you an exact representation of the UK, or say Stockholm or Oslo or Copenhagen or Berlin or Paris. Yeah, despite being a very Puritan time, well, gotta be proper and all that. So if I want to, we have grabbed the Europe in here. It's also a very sexualized time where more and more sexuality is being taken out into the everyday and so on. And I'm not saying people should shy away from those topics necessarily, but it's crazy to think that, you know, fantasy computer nudity, that is a big no-go, potentially, but someone walking around outside completely nude to showcase something or other for some purpose, freedom or whatever, shit, freedom is great. At the same time, you can't ask them to, again, it's very intricate and detailed things, but let's play out the game.
Welcome to the Druid's Grove, traveler.
Greetings.
Marvelous place. I come here when I need to think, and the peacefulness helps clear my mind. Even a witcher is welcome here.
One more word about my accepting my otherness and finding the home I never had, and I'll cry like a baby.
Sarcasm only serves to expose your inhibitions.
Ooh, an elven psychoanalyst.
I spent decades among humans. I find your kind as complicated as the schematics of a flail.
Decades? Live that long among humans, you're bound to become more like them than you ever wanted to be.
Are you speaking from experience, Monster Slayer?
A sharp wit. I'm Geralt.
My name's Yaevinn.
Let's talk.
Yes.
I think Yaevinn might have been mentioned in the books, but I'm a bit rusty on it. Actually, let's just cheat. Me showcasing that I don't actually know what I'm talking about, right here on the YouTubes. Appearances. Yes, he was in the books, even though not a major character, I don't think. No, not really. He's mentioned and he's a terrorist, like most other Skytel. Looking for witches work. Shelves tick. Let's just go down the line.
I'm looking for witcher's work.
Then I'll ask you a favor. I need a letter delivered to Vizima, where I'm not welcome. As a witcher, you should find little difficulty tending to monsters on the way and avoiding trouble with the guards at the city gates.
Who's the letter to?
I'd be obliged if you could deliver it to Vivaldi, a dwarf living in town, and then return his reply to me.
I'll do it. I'm going to Vizima anyway.
Thank you.
Relations with non-humans, including the persecuted Skytel. He's a banker, so let's not view him as a terrorist just yet. Yaevinn. Cites it as he's eloquent, seems cunning and wise. Moreover, he despises humans, considering them aggressive barbarians, and has respect only for the elder races. Still, this disillusioned elf treats me with respect in his own peculiar way. But as Geralt said, spent too long around certain kinds of people, and you'll find yourself becoming more like them.
Yes.
And you can try to, justify terrorism, as freedom fighting and all that, as much as you want, but terrorism is terrorism at the end of the day. And, you are not better than the brutes if you yourself use brutish tactics or, hell, even just guerrilla warfare against them. But again, that's the intricate detail about the conflict, the racial relations in The Witcher. That everyone's in the wrong. Of course, the Scoia'tael are mainly in the wrong, at least the way I see it and the way Geralt sees it, and in the way Sapkowski saw it and wrote it. Because, sure, their goal is noble and all, at the essence, but also like the Dryad Morin mentioned, they've lost track of what they're actually doing. They're just trying to commit genocide now. And that is objectively bad.
Has another Witcher been here? Berengar?
Indeed he has. He was interested in the tower's history, in legends. He scarcely seemed the intellectual, so another must have sent him.
Well, he's disappeared. Any idea where he might be?
Sadly, no. But your kind often meet a sudden end.
True.
What can you tell me about your kind? What makes you elves tick?
Let us pray beneath the trees, for the trampled heather, for blood that has been shed, for fate that has been destroyed.
Let's just keep poking and see if we can learn something.
I'm not sure I'm understanding this.
For death inflicted by sword, for the pain of others and our own.
Okay.
See you later.
How much wolf stuff? 3 wolf pelt is what we have now. Gold, Begetig is valuable and rare. See Siegfried, we need more of that. 10 wolf pelts. Yay. Let's get to it. And we're going as a Begetig then, where Gramps had, considering he invited us over. In case things go wrong. But of course, I'm increasing the risk of things going wrong by doing that. What the lesser evil, eh? There we go. Let's get back to the topics slightly if we weren't there anyway. I goofed. If, a Puritan but still sexualized time we live in. It's crazy, right? As long as it's sex, it's political, almost, then it's okay. At the same time, look at the movies and so on, or films, is the proper word. Movies is also a decent word. Like to fiction and so on, you will also find loads of nudity. Even just The Witcher, and that was back in the 90s. That compared to, say, Lord of the Rings, it's way more sexual. And now I take the modern fantasy, Game of Thrones, which, granted, I have not seen the TV series as of this recording, and I have not read the books there either. I've read some of the first book and felt it was not shoddily written, and I was also reading a translation because I sadly couldn't get my hands on an English. Of course, my own fault. I could have just quite a pirated copy of it, but yeah. writing itself did not deter me as such, more the fact that it kept changing focus, so you're just getting into a character and saying, okay, I'm not following along with who this is and I want to know more about him. And then suddenly, oh, nope, can't have any of that because now we're on to someone else. And that just became tiresome in the end. The women's over there. The Yaevinn. So I got some drowners and drowned dead. The fact that those Tolkien's in a completely different time makes sense that that is the least sexualized fantasy you'll find. One of the big selling points for Game of Thrones, as far as I understood from the sidelines, was that nudity and sex and all that was a big part of it. And sure, it may have been relevant for the fiction or whatever, and I'm not one to talk about things I don't know anything about. Well, technically I am by all means. I'm doing it right now. I'm not going to try to actually pretend that I know what I'm talking about. The big disclaimer floating around that, well, I am merely guessing at the moment. It is funny to think about it in a way. I keep clicking too quickly. It's because Skull is doing this thing of hoops with the sword. And it kind of looks like it's sorry. Would be something that would lead into something else. Hunter's corpse. Bunch of beggar tick. That's exactly what we want. The messenger's corpse over there. As long as it's not a named Yaevinn, we should be alright. Quickly save over the previous save. Checking, no, did not overwrite in the proper save. Oop, let's see. Okay, they deal a lot of damage. Oop, and they give a knockdown. I'm regretting this decision, and Geralt died while trying to do a somersault. Good thing we just saved, and now we know not to fuck with the Yaevinns. Truth be told, if we were following proper witch book lore, I would not be going anywhere near that many Yaevinns at the same time. Are you insane? Even take The Witcher 3 for example, or it's just a second game, which also starting to show its age, but I don't know, it's what, 8 years old? Yeah, old. Most games use the fact that, oh, nudity and sex as a selling point. Same with the BioWare games, with romance, which is just, you pick the 30 options and then you have sex. Internet. Not really internet sex, but, you know, computer sex. Not really romance. Although sometimes the plots do have some actual threats of romance in them. I don't really know, it's been quite a while since I last played a BioWare game. At least one with romance in it. As in one of the modern romances. Hunter's Corpse. Soldier's Hooch. That's strong alcohol, we can use that, and that is money. A girl's corpse. Fish. And money. We desperately need money, and the fish can be nommed. Beggar Tig is what we're after. It's a big selling point that, oh, you can have sex with, or you either type play characters and have sex with other characters in the story. So we should not shy away from it as a topic necessarily. But it's just weird, you know. Also be all the rage in media and so on. But oh, this game features nudity! Ooh. But again, it's not... Remember, back when the third game came out, I think it was Giant Bomb? Did a small covering of it. And of course it did cover.
Looks like this tower collapsed on its own. I guess the swamp's not the best place for buildings this big.
Yeah, of course Giant Bomb covers all kinds of games. I think one of them mentioned something about, I don't know if they were seeing real person nudity or they didn't really paid any real attention. I think computer nudity, that was felt weird to them. And reason it with probably because some guy had to consciously model the nudity. Whereas, let's say, real person nudity, that's just a person taking off their clothes. Sure, it's on camera or whatever, potentially. On stage or wherever. It's, in a way, it's returning to the default. And the costume, in a way. But that's not the sort of distancing that is... Oh. Whoosh. And it's okay, we are here seeing real people. And real people perform make-believe nudity or whatever, and that requires real nudity. In video games, it's make-believe nudity on make-believe models, Barbie dolls, and so on. And it's... I think I've gotten sidetracked from what I was actually trying to say, or rambling and thinking out loud about. Scorsel Scout. Should we go give that guy a look? I think the real point is... I personally think that computer game nudity, I mean, who really cares? It's not real. Whereas real nudity, that really depends on the context and so on. Like, take down in Berlin, for example. You can't go see stage play in Berlin without seeing at least one naked man on the stage. If you're lucky or unlucky, depending on your point of view, you'll also see one out inside the audience. On the stage, at least see one naked man. Not a naked lady, but a naked man. We can also talk about sexism or something here, but that's another can of worms that I am not interested in opening at the moment. That's also... And I've spoken with people within the trade, and directors and so on, of stage plays. Some of them also have the belief that, nudity on stage? No way, that does not belong there. Others, actors for example, can think, oh yeah, no, it's that and sex, even make-believe sex, so that's which it will be when it's on stage, unless people are absolutely crazy and use real sex.
Humans are intruders. We aim to win back our world.
Can we run past him? We can. Will this result in us getting absolutely murdered? No, well. Yeah, and I am actually partial to agree in a way that, yeah, sure, nudity in sex, as long as it's within closed doors and you don't bother anyone else with it, go ahead. Out in a bush somewhere, not bothering anyone, go ahead. Alone in a park, sure, why not? And as long as you're not forcing others to do something or do something that's illegal. Maybe sex in the public space is illegal. I can't really remember. I think it depends on the country and the circumstances. And then it's just risque and so naughty and exciting. And it draws some people to do it. With moderation, of course. Back at tick do we have? 11! Well, we should take us to the ferryman by the harbour. And pass by Gramps to get there. We still need some wolf belts. Yeah. So, video game computer nudity? That's just on a computer screen. You and your lonesome, playing your video game. Or in this case, watching someone else play the video game and talk about it. And other topics that are vaguely related. Sure, it's within your own... within the personal space, personal sphere. You're not bothering anyone with it. Sure, people who made it, sure, they would have needed to have nudity in the workplace, but again, it's fantasy make-believe nudity. So really, what is the issue with someone getting to see female breast. After all, ain't that natural? I'm fairly certain it's natural, and everyone in the world has most likely seen a breast. Not remember it if they did it as a kid. But, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Did we get poisoned? I think we did. Definitely ticking away at our health very quickly. That explodes. I think it deals damage too. But we are not in the best of ways. For that, I will do a quick little save. Taking you behind the curtain once more. That will making a million save files, and I'm not really a big fan of that. Sure, let's eat some grapes. Just eating a bag of it, yep. Same time, this, you know, can barely watch your film as long as it's not enough for the. Oh, no, 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 no. No. Right, where are we going again? Oh, it's a grass. Island hut. Ah, no, we can't loot anything because we're in combat. To the door. No. I'm not feeling equipped to deal with a wyvern. Or wyvern. Wyvern or wyvern. Wyvern. That feeling up for either of them. Can't use a door either. Drown is very easy enough. An easy slay. Whew. That was close. 39 health left. Oh my god. So let's go in and have a chat with Gramps. He's even home. Neat. Oh, he's got a ton in Safar. Salt pizza. Do we have any salt pizza on us? Doesn't look like it. What we do have though are some grapes we're gonna nom. And then move this to there temporarily. Move that there. Bam, inventory management.
Hello, Gramps.
Isn't there the salt pizza? The old chest. Get local pepper vodka. That's good. Candy and some beer. Oh, technically a wine. Is that chicken leg? No, just pork. Get when you start, we've got a bunch of that flint. Yeah, so it's just on red. Just need to somewhere to sell the boots.
Bones. Brains. I'm gonna puke.
So, Gramps is a cannibal.
This will be my home.
Is that skull and brain human?
Yes,
And the meat?
that too.
Plates. A mug.
That don't get agitated. Listen to my reasons.
What reasons might a cannibal have?
You look pale. Care to eat something?
Why do you eat human flesh?
Well, I enjoy it. It has health-giving qualities, and it tastes like chicken. A pound of human flesh provides the equivalent of...
Spare me.
Well, you asked. Well, I do follow certain rules. For instance, I never consume children.
Truly praiseworthy.
Well, no need for sarcasm. Well, occasionally I polish up a druid or a brickmaker, but I especially savour elf meat. It's aromatic, naturally infused with scents of roots and spices.
I'm done listening to you, bastard.
As you wish, I'll say no more.
You don't deserve to live.
Oh, you can always kill me, but I'm of greater use alive. I've vast knowledge and I know this swamp well. I could be of assistance to you.
Like I believe you. You'll flee as soon as I leave.
No, I'm too old to run again. I'd not deceive you. You've come to the swamp on an important mission. Completing it must be of greater import than one old monster. And mark me, I hold answers to many questions.
If he knows something, sure. And still, we're in the mind of Geralt. Geralt is a giant moralizing bastard, but at the promise of, if this were the books, he'd probably have beaten him now, and he'd be begging or whatever, and okay, he'd listen to him. And then we'd get a small aside from Sapkowski about, someone else came by Grams and killed him. And that would not have happened had Geralt not, beaten him till the end of his life. I mean, Geralt is a bit of a booger, but he knows stuff. Sure, let's hear him out. If that goes wrong, we'll kill him. Maybe.
Fine. You'll live for now.
Thank you. As a gesture of goodwill, I'll grant you a potion recipe.
That could be useful.
So, Hanged Man Sven, strongly poisonous blade coating. Long lasting. Poisons wounded opponents and is ineffective against monsters whose physiology differs greatly from that of humans. We coat the blade with neat top quality grease. Much other stuff. Does he know anything else?
You look pale. Care to eat something?
Can't remember if we could level up. But let's rest anyway. That's also something we can use them for. Level up. Nope. Can we brew? We don't have the ability to make oils, so we can't make that. And that is okay. At the moment. White gold, yes please. And yes please. And now white gold requires the white gold. So we have 6 white gold. That's very nice. Let's make another swallow. Go to the inventory, just drag that up into our little quick bar. Then go back and brew a blizzard. And then we still have a bunch of other stuff. It's fair. Look at the map. We need to go down to the harbour at night. Meditate slightly into dusk. That should of course being the key word here. That should let us do it. And our toxicity is cured. We are no longer a pro gamer. Oh. The game seemed to freak out a bit there. So now we go on that. Anything else we need to take care of? The Ark Sports of Vincent, Flowers and Gold, Southern Ferryman, Swarms and Group of Monsters who come to the harbour at night. And that's about now. The Wolf from Equinops. And that really is about what we have for now about all that. Sorry. So I think that's... I think that is indeed what we are gonna do.